Another beautiful morning in Mississippi in January, nice and cold by Mississippi standards, 54 degrees. Sorry if you're in Minnesota or Montana or Michigan or even Missouri, any of those other M states that's not Mississippi, condolences. There's the highway patrol, so I guess we should slow down a bit. Let's turn on the cruise. There we go. We're headed down to Pensacola, Florida again, so thanks for riding along. This time, as I'm sure you can hear, we have the Fabspeed Supercup exhaust, so we get a lot more good engine noise this time. One thing I'm really looking forward to sharing with you guys today is the HUGE Tomahawk Ribeye. This thing is huge, it is beefy, it is juicy, it is tender. You drill a hole in the bone and you hang it by a meat hook in the smoker, letting it soak that up. And then you drizzle butter on it and it's sitting there dripping in that. You never even have to sear the thing in a skillet. It just sits there and cooks and sears in the butter like that. And my mouth, of course, is watering here just talking about it. So, a few impressions on the Fabspeed exhaust now that I've had it for a few hundred miles. I really love it. Just in general, really love it. Think about this. We're on a long trip here, 3 hours, medium length trip, we'll call it. I've been driving for an hour now so far, and I have zero complaints. It's definitely louder than stock. There's no denying that. But it's not bothersome. Not at all. If you lug the engine, if you really get down on it while we're in low RPMs, then the drone gets just about unbearable. But fortunately, I've got a trusty gear lever sitting right beside me here, so anytime that gets to be a problem, we just downshift and go. I've had this car for just over 2 years, and the mileage was at 105,510 whenever I purchased it. That means I've driven it this many miles. Sorry, I didn't feel like doing the math on the fly, but there it is. Of those miles, most of them have been on stock exhaust. I did cover about 2,000 miles, maybe 3,000 with delete pipes. I genuinely enjoyed it, driving it around town with the muffler delete pipes on. You would go under an overpass and just rev the engine and it would just, oh, the scream just sounded like straight up race car. It was so good. Now that I've spent about 500 miles, close to it, on this new Fabspeed Supercup exhaust, I definitely know that this is right where this car needs to be. I wanted it to definitely be well above stock as far as the volume, the sound, the aggressiveness goes, but I did not want my ears to be bleeding. I'm interested to know what you use. What do you use on your car? If you're driving a 996, 997, 993, I don't know, whatever you're driving, 964, whatever you're driving, tell me in the comments what exhaust you're using. Are you using stock? Are you looking to upgrade? Do you have something really aggressive? Do you have something middle of the road? Tell me what you have and what you feel about it. I'd love to hear your thoughts back on that. Just finished up my lunch at Moe's Original Barbecue. I always tend to stop there if I'm coming this direction. It's one of the few barbecue joints that, you know, I like to go to after having learned the skills of barbecue myself. Oh! Whoa, that was exhilarating. Holy cow.
Just like a memory, the images in my mirror fade. It's 5:30 and the sky begins to glow. I can't stand the thought of keeping up this charade. I can always tell when it's my time to go. The sunrise breaks just over the hill, a stellar invasion ruining the night.
Well, hello, Pensacola. Beautiful emerald green water. Sunset coming soon. And a long way down. You can see back across the way we came. Here's the last bridge out from Gulf Breeze over there on the other side of that bridge. I don't know if you can see it or not. There's a couple of dolphins right out here in the water. Well, there they are. There's a few sounds that just make us happy, human beings. We need sound. The ocean, of course, is one of them. But other sounds that we need come from tailpipes, screaming exhaust as you fly through a tunnel. But for now, just for a moment, listen to that.
Back in Mobile, we're headed back that way. We're crossing the Mobile Bay right now, and there's a Google Street View car. So maybe we can come and check this out later in a few months and find ourselves riding alongside the car.
Made it home. Just noticed whenever I was pulling out of a restaurant the other night, and I knew I scrubbed it, I tore this up quite a bit, didn't I? Look at that. Yeah, well, who doesn't have a skint up underside of their bumper that actually drives their car? That's okay, I'll just trim all that off and it'll be fine. I just don't want it to look like that.
So what are my takeaways? What are my impressions after 1,000 miles with this new exhaust? Just in general, I love it. Listen to that. Ah, so nice. Can just listen to it all the time. I just love to drive and shift, change gears, rev match, downshift, heel and toe. Everything is so much more engaging now. What do I not like about it? I don't like the first 5 or 10 minutes of warming the engine up where I can't get above 3,000 RPMs without, risking damaging the engine. With these cars, you're supposed to keep it down below 3,000 until it's all the way up to temperature, the thermostat's opened, the oil pressure comes down to where it's supposed to be for regular operating. I have that resonance, that cabin noise, that drone, just as I'm starting the drive out every morning. So something else that provides a little bit of anxiety to me about it is I'm just not used to it yet, in the respect of how other people perceive the car and, you know, in turn perceive me. I'm used to a quiet exhaust, even though I did run delete pipes for a short period of time. Every time I'm going through an area that seems like it should be quiet and the exhaust is just doing that, I have a little bit of extra anxiety just because I'm worried that I'm offending people. And that's really just my nature. I don't want to be an offensive person. Now, I know compared to some of the crazy exhausts out there, like on the Hellcats and the pickup trucks that we have in South Mississippi, those are much louder than this car. So really, I shouldn't be worried about it. And I'll get used to that, I'm sure, with a few more 1,000 miles. Two of my favorite things about this new Supercup exhaust: if you hover over the gas pedal just slightly, it just pops and gurgles and it sounds so daggum good. And the other thing that I love about it is the sound whenever you're accelerating up from about 4,000 RPM. You get a brrr, kind of percussive sound that is, it just makes you want to keep pressing the pedal even harder. Such a good sound. I hope this has been informative. I hope this has been useful. I hope it's been mildly entertaining as well. If you don't mind, hit the subscribe button. That'll help me out a lot. I would appreciate that. And I look forward to sharing more with you in the future. Thanks.